Let's make sure we live.
We are
So I
live.
think
Let's
we
see.
live.
Let me log in on my phone just so I can see if we got any live shit going on.
Yeah, we live, brother.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Hey, we live, baby.
All right. Let's see. How does this work? We wait to see anybody logs on and see makes a comment, shit like that. All right. So we about to react to another video,
Okay.
but we first gotta see what video we're gonna react to, right?
No, we could react to the one we have there. The one that we have already.
Oh, you want?
We can do that one live.
Okay, let's see. Let's check this one out. All right, here we go.
I got you. I can do it right here.
All right.
It's been brought to my attention by the hundreds of people in my comments that I will never be a real man. And so I just don't know what to do. I'm so sad. You guys, for the people that are in my DMs genuinely asking me if I'm trans, no, I'm not. I can clearly see why you would think that. But no, I'm not trans. I've never been trans. I've never wanted to be a man. I simply removed my breasts because they were big and I did not like them. That's it. Since the age of 15, I just didn't like them. I didn't like them in a sports bra. I didn't like how they looked in my clothes. So for everyone assuming that I want to be a man, I don't want to be a man. And for everyone genuinely asking me if I'm trans, I'm not. I absolutely love being a woman. I love being fabulous. I love it. I've never thought to myself, oh, I think, I want to be a man, or I want to identify as a man. That's just nothing that's never went through my mind. So the answer is no, I'm not trans, and I'm a bad bitch. That's just it. I'm an extremely powerful bad bitch and have never wanted to be a man. I love men, but I just don't want to be one. I respect you guys and what you do, but I don't want to be a man. You know what I'm saying? I think that, your girl is fabulous as fuck. Why would I want to be? Your girl is fabulous as fuck. Thank you. And to all my trans community, I love you guys. You're absolutely fucking amazing. I'm just not trans, but I love you guys. Oh, come on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's the same old. Shocking. Why would anybody think you're trying to come off as a man, right? You remove your breasts. You have a super short, boyish haircut. Tattoos around the neck, down to the arms. Why would anybody think you're trying to be a man?
Well, maybe because the presentation is very masculine. I mean, you have no shirt on. You have matter of fact, forget no breasts. You have pecs. You actual have pectorals. So your chest is very masculine.
She should at least tattoo the nipples. Like that's all she need. That's all she's missing. Like
Yeah.
just tattoo some nipples
But
on it.
nonetheless, she still has pecs. So you don't have any of the attributes that women typically display when they have clothes on, other than the body part in the bottom
Right.
that she probably has. Obviously.
Right.
She says she's not a trans. So, but besides that, I mean, you present like a man. I mean, typically people are going to respond in that manner. I mean, that's what I would think.
It's it's just one of those things. Like if I was to get breast augmentation, wear a skirt, wear a wig, and then tell you why you think I'm trying. Why would you think I'm trying to be a woman?
Yeah, it's obvious.
Like why? It's just so ridiculous. And obviously she's reacting because we may have reacted to her initial first video. I mean, it could have been a year or so ago that we reacted, and she was just kind of flexing, showing off her body. And I think the comment was like, "I'm more manly than most men in today's world," some shit like that.
Right. I think I remember that.
Yeah. And so I guess that's her little reaction because people had hit her up. But I mean, duh.
Yeah.
Like why people are gonna think that?
And
Yeah,
again,
it makes sense.
I was gonna say, like, at the end of the day, you're on social media. The fact that she's responding means she's been getting a lot of comments of people saying, "Hey, you like a man. You must want to be a man very bad. Why don't you just, what I'm saying?" So clearly, she's gotten those type of comments, which is why she's responding. But my thing is that you're on social media. You're posting on social media. your appearance, naturally you're gonna get a response like that from thousands of people at some point in time, especially
Sure.
if you post a lot of content like that. So naturally you got to expect those type of, reactions. People are going to comment, they're going to make a reaction video kind of like what we're doing, talking about that type of stuff. So if you're presenting yourself one way and then people respond in that manner, like, hey, you want to be a dude or something, and then you get offended that someone responds
Like,
in that
why
manner,
are you asking me that?
it's hilarious to me. How could you even get offended? I wouldn't even respond.
Yeah,
Maybe I would have responded. I don't know what I would have done, but I wouldn't have been mad. I would be like, yeah, I can see why you would think that, because I do present as a man. But that's not what she said. She wasn't saying, I can see why you would think that, but no, I'm still, like, she was making it seem like, nah, I was just doing it because I don't want to have breasts. I didn't like the way they look.
That's it.
That's BS.
I just want to remove my breasts, and that was the only issue. Outside of that, why would you think? There's a lot of women who have breast reduction.
I guarantee you she's a lesbian. There's no way that she doesn't like girls.
Oh, for sure,
way.
for sure. I don't see a scenario where she's hunting for men.
Exactly. So it's like you don't want to be a man, but yet you like women like the majority of men do.
Yeah,
and you present yourself like the majority of men do.
Man, it's confusing, right? Because as a female, like, say if you're a female that likes female, why go after a female who presents as a man?
Never understood that.
Like that part to me is kind of the psychology, or just kind of the common sense thinking in those scenarios. I kind of get lost. And I have gay friends. I've had these conversations. I've had these questions, but it's still confusing as hell. I don't, sometimes it's hard for me to really understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think myself as pretty open-minded to stuff, and maybe a slight free thinker, even though I have conservative views, but I'm not opposed to other ideas, but that part is just confusing. I try to understand it sometimes. It's just, it's not for me.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, there's so many different topics that was never even a topic. It was a common sense thing, and now it's not as
You have no idea.
It's not that common.
Yeah. Well, hey, have you seen what's going on? Off topic, but what's going on with Venezuela?
Mm-mm.
The military buildup in Venezuela, and they're trying, and Trump is bombing the drug boats and all this kind of stuff.
What?
Have you ever seen that? You haven't seen that?
Nah, I haven't. Educate me.
So the United States declared Venezuelan President Maduro as basically narco number one. They put a $50 million bounty on his head. They don't recognize him as the legitimate leader of the country. They had an election about a year ago, and everybody said he lost by like 80 to 20%, but somehow he ended up winning. And the opposition that won are like living in hiding. Maria Corina is her name. She won the Nobel Peace Prize for Venezuela. And so Trump has been bombing drug boats that are coming off out of Venezuela.
Okay, I didn't know about that. Okay,
Right.
yeah.
So they're bombing they're using military assets, like wartime assets, to bomb these drug boats.
Not allowing them to come to America.
Right, supposedly, or wherever they're going. Just basically, the speech is like, hey, they have drugs that would end up in the United States, so we're just killing. If you got a drug boat, be warned, you're gonna get blown up.
Right.
And
Damn.
but they're saying this is drug interdiction, but they have the largest aircraft carrier parked outside of Venezuela. They have destroyers. They have a submarine. They've activated the closed naval base in Puerto Rico, and basically turned on the lights. And now they're using it, having station assets there, because it's like a hop, skip, and a jump from Venezuela, from Puerto Rico. And I have family over there through my wife's side, and they're all praying that the government, the U.S. comes and takes over the government, like gets rid of Maduro. He's a dictator, basically. And the economy has crashed and all this kind of stuff. But it's kind of like killing a cockroach with a 2,000-pound sledgehammer. You know what I mean? Like that's basically what's going on.
Right.
So if it happens, I think it'd be a great thing if they did regime change in Venezuela. Plus, Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. The only difference is the infrastructure is so poor, they can't really benefit from having that.
Yeah.
And so the thinking is that the U.S., doing what the U.S. does, they want to go in and take that over. And I think it'd be an amazing thing because I think it would help the country and it would help the United States at the same time. So
No doubt. Oh, look at the bright side before we check out. Shutdown is over.
Oh, yes, that's another thing. They did that. Hey, let me tell you, my ex-wife is a government contractor with the military. She's doing very well, whatever, working Uber, my man. Uber. She called me the other day. We were talking about our daughter, and she's like, I'm doing Uber while this shutdown's going on. Like, and, it's kind of limbo because it's like, do you go get a new job? Do you go get a job that might pay you less, but they're going to reopen the government and you'll be back working again?
Right.
So for like 30 days, like they just opened it, I think yesterday is when it happened. 30 days, she was just in limbo like that, and her husband, and it was pretty crazy how that affected a lot of people. And
Yeah,
there's always
man.
some, I don't know.
The airports was a mess, man.
They were canceling flights and all this kind of stuff.
My sister came from New Jersey on Saturday that passed, and bro, they told her that she came with Frontier, right? They told her
Frontier.
But listen to this. She was supposed to arrive at 3:30 in the afternoon. She ended up getting here around midnight.
Damn.
The whole Saturday gone. And here's the crazy part. When they flew, it's a direct flight. It's supposed to be. They said that 60 other planes were in front of theirs before they could land in Atlanta. So they were hovering for an hour
Wow.
on top of Georgia or Atlanta.
Right.
Waiting for an opportunity. And they did it for so long that the pilot said, we're going to have to land in Tennessee because we got to get fuel.
Yes. Oh, that's so
So
crazy.
they ended up refueling the jet.
So they did go to Tennessee.
They went to Tennessee, fueled the airplane. The people could smell the gas in the plane.
Oh my God.
My sister said I could actually smell the gas. Then they got back in the air to go to Georgia. After they refueled, people were going crazy, wanting to get the hell off the plane. There was a guy that got up and went to the front, like, let me off this plane. And they were like, where are you going to go? On the runway? You just going to walk around?
Uh-huh.
Where are you going to go?
Right.
I don't care. I need to get off this plane. You can't get off the plane here. There's nowhere to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
what a nightmare.
it was a nightmare, bro.
That's crazy.
I told her, I was like, they need to refund you your money. And
Good
then
luck.
I told her maybe they'll give you a free flight, but then again, you might not even want a free flight.
Frontier is not as bad as Spirit. Like it's a better version of Spirit Airlines, but Frontier is still pretty
Yeah,
cheap.
They're an economy. They're an economy airline.
Yeah. They'll hit you over the head with fees and stuff like that.
They're an
for
economy
bags and
airline
stuff.
for sure.
But
Listen, delays happen with any airline. It's happened with me with Delta.
Yeah.
It's happened with me with Frontier. It's happened with me with Spirit.
I think
It happens more often with those smaller economy chains, but it happens.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I fly basically Delta all the time, and I would say in the last 50 flights, maybe I've had a delay issue maybe once, maybe twice. But I think that's why Delta ends up typically being a more expensive ticket, right? Like,
But here's the kicker. You want to hear the funny thing about that? You say that, but in reality, it's only more expensive if you fly Frontier or Spirit and you just have a book bag. Then yes, it's much cheaper. But if you fly Frontier or Spirit and you bring in a carry-on and you do a checked-in bag and you select your seat, it's almost the same price anyway.
Yes.
So you're not really saving because
Right.
I did it one time in Frontier. Guess what? I picked my seat going there and picked my seat coming back because I wanted to get off quick and get on quick. So I picked both of my seats. I also paid for the internet that was on the plane. I also paid for coming on the plane early, so zone 1 seating. Paid for that. I did a carry-on, not a check-in, just a carry-on. So you got your personal and then a carry-on. That increased my flight another $150.
I would say $200.
It was about $150, right? If I would have checked the bag, then it would have been $200. And I remember when I bought the flight with Frontier, it was like maybe, I think the flight from here to Dominican Republic was like $400 round trip. But with Delta, it was $600 round trip.
Right.
I ended up spending $550. For $50 more, the carry-on was included with Delta.
I would say the planes are newer planes.
Right.
It's just, it has more features.
Yeah. They even have the screen. Delta has the screen on the seat for you to watch movies and all that good stuff.
You get more for your
comfortable
money.
seating,
Yes.
a little bit more comfortable. They
For
lean
sure.
back. I don't remember Frontiers leaning back.
No, it's
where
a straight
Delta's
plastic
at.
chair.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like if you want to go to Florida real quick and slap on a book bag, do Frontier.
Or
Like
Spirit.
it's an hour and 20-minute flight, depending where you're going, or maybe a 50-minute flight, and it costs you $89.99 or $115.
Which is what it was when I went to Greece. I was in Athens, Greece, and then I flew to Santorini. That flight to Santorini from Athens, Greece, it was like 30 to 40 minutes. The plane was a little ass plane. Mm-hmm. Plastic hard seats that you don't move, but it was a 30 to 40 minute flight to Santorini. Right. I didn't give a damn. I'm a fly in a luxury first class plane for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, that makes no sense. No, that's where economy flying makes sense. Mm-hmm. But if you're packing a family, you got your partner, a baby, 3 maletas, three suitcases and shit like that. Like, yeah, good luck.
Because I'll tell you what, when I flew to Santorini from Athens, Greece, it was $90.
Yeah, super cheap.
Round trip. Mm-hmm. But guess what? They had another airline that was way more comfortable for $450 each.
Yeah, no, that makes no sense.
I'm not paying $450 for a 30-minute
flight.
round trip flight when I can spend $90.
Right.
It would, you know what I'm saying? So I did the cheap one.
No, that's the way to go. I mean, that's the way to do it. All right, we're gonna wrap things up right now. Hey,
yes.
Like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what y'all think, and we'll see y'all soon.